then the dealer picks it up outside of Wisconsin, and then the dealer affixes it in Wisconsin. So in this case, again, manufacturer can purchase the materials without tax for resale. The dealer's purchase of the home is subject to Wisconsin sales and use tax. But again, if they needed to pay tax in that other state because that's where they received the modular home, they would be allowed a credit. And then the sale from the dealer to the customer is not taxable.
Question?
Yep.
In this scenario, if I brought that home on my sales lot, use it as an office for 2 years, is there still a tax due when I sell it?
You as the dealer,
As a dealer?
there is no tax due when you sell it because you're selling it as real property.
If I bought it in as inventory, and I use it as an office for 2 years,
Yep.
is the use tax due?
Correct. The use tax, sales or use tax is due on your purchase. Assuming that you bought it not affixed and you affixed it. Right?
Right
Okay.
Now, say it's still sitting in the frame when it was brought in on. So it's movable, it's not affixed anywhere.
Right. You're buying tangible personal property. Yep.
So that's use tax.
Yep. Okay, so that kind of covers the scenarios. Again, if there are other scenarios that you're confused about or have, let us know. The publication that you have, you can see on the front page that it was updated in 2012. So this publication is ready to be updated again. And Becky had mentioned earlier, we would love your examples if there are additional ones that we need to be adding. So what is the tax calculation then on sales of manufactured homes, or I'm sorry, modular homes? And the sales price or purchase price, that's tangible personal property, so whoever's buying the tangible personal property, they can reduce the sales price or purchase price. They have two options. They can either reduce the sales price by 35%, so this is the same as what Becky went through before, or they can subtract an amount equal to the sales price minus the cost of materials. Once a method is chosen, that is the method you have to continue with, and you cannot change per transaction which way you want to go. An example here shows $75,000 as the cost of materials. They're going to sell the home for $110,000, and it does show the difference in how that calculates out as to what is subject to tax. Again, whatever method is chosen, you have to stick with that method. Sales to Native Americans, and this is our last topic with about a minute to spare. Now we're just kind of switching to, these are all sales, whether it's a manufactured home or whether it's a modular home. If the sale is tangible personal property, remember these were manufactured homes installed on land owned by someone other than the owner. Real property is any installed modular home and manufactured homes that are installed on land owned by the owner of the manufactured home. So the tax treatment, if it's a sale of tangible personal property to a Native American, the seller or installer can purchase the home without tax for resale. The seller or installer owes the tax on 65% of the selling price unless they receive an exemption certificate from the Native American indicating that the Native American's enrollment number and the reservation on which they are enrolled with. So sales of tangible personal property to a Native American are exempt as long as you receive the proper documentation. The same is true for sales of tangible personal property to either the American Indian tribe or band. Real property, however, if the sale is of real property to a Native American, there is no exemption. So the same is still true in that the seller or installer has to pay tax on their purchase price. Again, less the 35% reduction of a new manufactured home or whichever method for the modular home. So just because it's a Native American, if it's real property, the tax treatment doesn't change anything. It does change if it's a sale to the American Indian tribe or band. In that case, the home and the purchase of the home and the sale of the home is exempt from sales tax altogether. Again, assuming you receive the proper documentation that it is to a Native American. It's a lot of information, I realize. Any questions? You have our contact information at the end of your presentation. You also have the publication that was also handed out as a guide. And let us know if you have any questions. I know it's confusing.
I'm going to set cards up here if you'd like contact information.